Hey Cole, this is Ivan, and I created this video to show you what's going on with the leads that I'm sending you, the nurse leads. I actually have two programs running right now. One is the nurse home buyer program, and the other one is the Facebook home buyer program. So that's basically there's two different ones. So I thought I was only sending you nurse home buyer leads, and it actually turns out that I'm sending you both kind of leads. So what happened was that I created the nurse home buyer program, and then I created the second program, which was for non-nurse people. So for basically for the nurse home buyer program, what I'm using to as a marketing tactic to get them is we're offering the $10,000, as you know, up to $10,000. So you know how it works. Basically, the 1% rebate to them through closing from our commission. But so what I did is I wanted to test if with the regular leads I could get them into the exact same funnel that I was getting people here. So I was trying to get the regular leads to go into the the application so that they could submit the application and then book themselves for an appointment, for a phone call appointment. Because I just thought that's better if they're actually waiting for you to call them back versus just getting the leads and us trying to get a hold of them, whenever we feel it's the right time. So the second program that I created is called the Facebook Home Buyer Program. It's actually the California Home Buyer Program. So what I did with these people, what I did for marketing and trying to get them to that funnel is I'm offering them up to $8,000 for closing costs. So basically, I did that just to kind of differentiate which leads were from where. So on the subject and the title for the Nurse Home Buyer Program, I put congratulations, you qualified to receive up to $10,000. So whenever a lead came in, I was supposed to get notified. So I receive an email, I get the emails that I forward you, I get those automatically. And the title, it says, congratulations, you qualified to receive up to $10,000. So then I know it's a nurse lead. So on the second program that I created for non-nurse people, offering them $8,000, the subject and the title, whenever somebody booked an appointment, was supposed to say, congratulations, you qualified to receive up to $8,000. That way I knew that was a non-nurse person. So although it's the same type of program, we're still offering a rebate whether they're nurse or not. I was supposed to change the subject and the title so that when I received the email automatically when somebody booked, for the non-nurse people was supposed to say receive up to $8,000. So I knew the difference. So I knew that was a non-nurse people. So when you're calling them back, you're not telling them, you're not asking them about the nurse questions or anything like that. You don't expect them to work that. So I actually send you some leads that are not nurses. So I don't know if you kind of figured that out already when you spoke to them. But I just noticed that today because I was looking into the campaigns and wondering, I thought that the campaign with non-nurses was not working at all. So that's why I was about to shut it down because I wasn't receiving those people booking the appointments, or so I thought. So so what happened is here are the results. So we've had actually 12 responses for the nurse homebuyer program, so 12 leads in the past 30 days. And out of those 12 leads, 10 were qualified, which means that 10 have actually been employed for more than 2 years. So that's a qualifying basically question that determines if it's qualified or not. So 10 have been working for more than 2 years, and I've received 12 responses so far. Now, on the other non-nurse program, I basically just created the same type of funnel, but offer them the $8,000, closing cost credit. And I was surprised to see that I had 11 responses, or 11 people filled out the survey, and 9 people were qualified. So these were people that are working for more than 2 years. Now, with these people, the other thing that we have to figure out is, do they make enough money? Because there's going to be a lot of people on this category that are not going to be making that much money because we don't know what kind of positions they hold. On the nurse program, we know they're in the medical field, and most likely than not, they make pretty good money, pretty decent money. But on the other hand, on here, just keep in mind that when you're calling them, you're gonna know, and I'm gonna forward you the Excel spreadsheet, which I'm gonna show you right now, which gives you the answers to their responses. Okay, and then that way you know which ones are nurses and which ones are home buyers. So I'm gonna pull up the nurse leads right here. So these are the responses. These are the last leads that I have right here. Now, some of these people right here, they actually completed the survey, but they might not have booked an appointment to get a call back. So you might not have this information. I might not have not sent you this information for you to call them at a certain time because they completed the survey, which they completed to find out if they qualified to receive up to $10,000. But then after it says yes, you're qualified or no, you're disqualified. If they're disqualified, it doesn't give them an option to self-book themselves. But if they're qualified, which means that they're working for more than 2 years as a nurse or in the medical field, then it takes them to a different page where I have my calendar, which is associated with my Google Calendar, and it allows them to self-book themselves. So they're gonna book themselves for me to give them a call back at their time that they want, just like you know. So since it takes them to a different page and it's a different step, some of these actually completed the survey, but they now self-book themselves. So you're gonna see leads here that I have not sent you. So it's a good idea for you to follow up with these people. So for example, this last one, John Donald Blakely, this is the one that I just sent you today. And this one completed the survey and then he was redirected to a calendar and he actually booked himself. So I sent you this lead today, but there's others here that I see that did not book themselves. So you're not going to have an appointment for these people to call them back. So you can have all the information. Here are the questions that I asked. So how long have you been working in the medical field for? 2 to 3 years, 6+ years, 6 years, 6 years, less than 2 years, 6+ years. So as you can see, the majority are more than 2 years. Now the ones that are less than 2 years, they're not going to be qualified, so they're not going to be sent to book themselves, but you can still give them a call. These are meant for us to like give them a call later. That way that you can try to see what's going on, or maybe, they're a month away from being 2 years, or maybe they're just a few weeks and they answer less than 2 years. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not eligible to buy a house. I just want to focus on like the low hanging fruit. So that's why, the ones that are over 2 years, and I know they make decent money. You can see right here, another question is, what was your estimated gross earning last year? And you can see all of them make pretty decent money right here. So then I just wanted to qualify the people that were making good money and were working for more than 2 years, because I knew those are potentially high quality leads that we should get on like immediately. So I created urgency of those. So these, you should still call them and then just find out, when they're going to be 2 years. Because if you see right here, this guy is working for, or this girl, Moni Valadez, has been working for less than 2 years, but she makes between $76,000 and $100,000, which is awesome. So if she's married or, has somebody else, a significant other that she's going to buy a home with, they can definitely qualify for a house. So just wanted to let you know. So the first question is that, how long have you been working for? What is your position title? You can see right here, work city and zip code. You can see right here, you have the zip code and the cities on some of them. And then what was your estimated gross earnings last year? So, and then what cities are you interested in buying a home in? Right here. And basically right here is going to say, what is your full name? You'll see here, and then qualifier or disqualify. As you know, the one working less 2 years, that's going to be disqualified. But again, you should still give them a call. Score doesn't really matter on this one. And then this is just the IP and when they submitted the actual survey response. So I just wanted to give you this information because this is going to help you when you're calling them. Now, right now it's set up to only me having access to this. So I'm gonna try to see if I can give you access to my software program so that every time you call somebody, you have these answers in front of you. That way, you have a better opportunity to kind of know them a little bit better before calling them, and you can just ask them questions revolving the information that you have here to just make it easier for you to build trust and rapport with them. So again, that's this. These are the nurse leads, and then I'm gonna show you the other type of leads, which are the California. Actually, I'm gonna show you first this what it looks like. So this is the survey right here for the $8,000 program. So basically, as you can see, it's almost the same. So this was a nurse. I'm offering up to 10,000, and this is a California home buyer program. So as long as you live in California, you qualify to receive up to $8,000. Basically, everybody. Obviously, is one of the conditions is for them that they have to be pre-approved for a loan, but at least they're eligible to receive the $8,000. So the difference is $8,000, although it's the same thing. If they buy $1 million home, they could get up to 10,000. But I changed the title here because I wanted to, every time I get a lead, it'll send me whatever it says right here as to let me know what kind of lead it is. So I had this to $10,000. It's exactly the same as the nurse. So I wasn't able to differentiate which one was a nurse lead and which one was a non-nurse lead. So it's almost same questions, except it's not gonna ask about the nurse stuff. So what is your full name? How long have you been living in California? What is your job position title? How long have you been employed in the current position? Again, this one is a qualifying question. If they've been working for less than 2 years, it's not going to allow them to self-book themselves. So you're not going to get that appointment. And then the work city and zip code. And what was your estimated gross earning last year? What cities are you interested in buying a home? So very similar to the other one. So I'll bring up the responses. So far I've had 10 responses. Yeah, so it's been 10 responses right here. And I think I sent you a couple of these that I told you were nurses. I believe I sent you this one, Andrea Morris, which she's not a nurse. So we can see what is your job position. It says grooming salon manager. So at least you're able to know a little bit more information about these people by reading this spreadsheet. So once they submit the survey, so we have here a few people. How long have they been working? How long have they been living in California? You can see right here. How long have you been employed in your current position? So you'll see here, there's this one less than 2 years, this one less than 2 years. So they're not gonna self-book themselves, or they're not gonna have an opportunity to self-book themselves. And then what is your job position title? You'll see right here what they're working as, and then work city and zip code. And then you have what is your estimated gross last year. You'll be able to see approximately how much to make. Again, at least there's a lot of under 50,000, like I said, because these are non-nurse, so we don't know how much they make until they answer the survey. But at least right here, looking at the leads right here, you'll be able to see if they have a good chance of qualifying to purchase a home. So you have one right here that makes 51 to 75, another one that makes between 76 and 100. Those are good leads. They're not nurse leads, but they are good leads because they have good jobs. You can see like this one right here, 76 to 100,000, commercial superintendent, have been employed for more than 5 years, and they're pretty good candidate to be able to purchase a home. So you want to definitely get on these people and just do everything you can to get a hold of them. Again, it's the same information over here. So I just thought I created this video because I wanted to explain to you a little bit better of exactly what it is that how I'm getting these leads and what kind of information I'm getting on them. So these are very, very premium leads, I believe, because you're getting a lot of detailed information and they're taking the time to give you all this information. before they actually schedule a call. Again, with these also, you might see people here that did not self-book themselves, so they did not set up an appointment to give them a call back. So if you don't have their info, if I have not sent you an info of anybody here, go ahead and give them a call anyways, and try to do the same process, trying to get them into the office and get them to sign the buyer commitment letter, and then moving forward with whatever process you have going on with Tommy about converting buyers. So just I hope this was helpful, and I'll send you the spreadsheets along with the video, and let me know if you have any questions, man.